Hey everyone, thank you so much for being on. And we have a lovely guest speaker tonight, Alida. So I will introduce her in just a minute, but I wanted to give you guys a couple little announcements. I'm sure some things that you've been thinking about. The month is like almost over, kind of freaking out. We have a few more days though, and the month isn't over until it's over. So those of us on the West Coast, we have to hit Success Club by, or get our points in by 9 o'clock. So just remember that when you're doing everything, because there's been a few times where you're like, but it was 9:01. Oh my word, that's terrible, right? So just be heads up on that. And then I've been kind of brainstorming, because you guys know that free groups are like one of the best ways that I've been able to find new people. I'm sure that some of you have seen me, run these. I used to run them every month. I don't run them as often as I used to, but I always say to you guys, if you're struggling at all, run like a 3-day group or a 5-day cleaning group or something. But here's what I was brainstorming today, because I kind of get bored about posting about 5-day cleaning groups. Like if I'm bored, I'm sure my audience is a little bit bored, or my people watching. So here's my thoughts. Hey, Michelle. So here's my thoughts on that. So we have Quarter Force coming out November 1st. And Alida was talking about this last night, how if you guys go to her well, she did a turbo, I think that was Turbo Fire you were doing on, the other day or something. Yeah. So, and you had the sneak peek, because she's an elite coach. So they get all the sneak peeks of the new programs sooner than we do. But I think it'd be fun to almost do like a kick butt, like a 5-day free eating group where they get the shopping list and the menu, but then also they get the free on-demand subscription to where and Michelle, I know you're already running one that you've got going, but like a kick butt girls group where we introduce them to Joel and Jericho, because Joel and Jericho have their workouts on demand, and we could put together like a 5-day schedule of do Turbo Fire 30 on this day and do MMX from P90X, or whatever, like set up a program where they can have the on-demand and kind of know about that as well. So just a thought, you guys, to be posting a lot about the Quarter Force, because obviously we're all going to love it. It's a 30-day program, and you can search in the FAQs and learn all about it. But that's what I think. I got to pick a date and just go with it. So I may open, like if you guys want to run it with me, we can just do like a big team free group together, or you can pick your own date and run your own group. So any questions on that? And if you guys during the call at all, you guys have any questions, go ahead and chat. And as Alida's talking, I can be answering, or she can answer some questions at the end. So just make sure you can use that chat option. And Super Saturday is coming up on October 29th. If you guys are serious about your business and you want to move your business forward, and you want to find the inspiration that you need for the next couple months of your business, and get to a Super Saturday, for all of the local girls, we're going to do a fun little lunch date after, and we're going to try to carpool all of us. So Jen Anderson and I have been chatting about it. She has a minivan. I have the Denali. So we're going to make it like a party. So for those of you that aren't local, of course, we love you, and we're going to cry our eyes out and miss you. But here's the deal. When you sit next to someone at Super Saturday, introduce yourself, get them as friends on Facebook, connect with people. You never know who you're going to meet at a live event that could completely change your business. And just Super Saturday in and of itself is such a game changer for your business. So you just can't discount it. You've got to get there. So I think that is all I have for announcements, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce my lovely friend. I hear Matt's not home. I hear little footsteps coming down the stairs, so I might get interrupted. Oh, and by the way, so funny. I was FaceTiming a friend earlier today, and she's like, "Stacy, are you in a broom closet?" And I was like, "Well, yes, I am." So I just put my new letters up, but now I'm all self-conscious. I'm like, it looks like I'm in a broom closet. So there's your professionalism coming at you. My little broom closet with my kiddos coming down the stairs. Okay, so Miss Alida Steele is our guest speaker tonight. And this mama, hold on guys, 1 second.
Can I have some chocolate?
You want chocolate?
Yeah.
You have to have dinner first. You can have chocolate Shakeology.
Well, I want to
Can you say hi real quick then? And then you have to go upstairs.
No.
Yeah.
I want to
Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, Bubs, Mom, hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
It's so funny because it doesn't matter how many calls I do. Even while she's gone, my face is getting more and more red because I'm getting more and more nervous to do this call. Seriously. It's crazy. It doesn't matter how many calls you do, still shaking in my boots every single time. It's funny.
Dang it. I know. I get that way too.
It's funny, hey?
Well, my neck gets red. You can see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You cover your neck. Oh, that's funny.
Last night I was like, it's just a sunburn.
I didn't even notice.
Don't worry about it. That's why I have this giant. I know. Isn't that crazy? And that's why you just have to just do it. And then you feel so amazing when you're done with the call, It's so scary, but then you feel so good.
Totally.
So sorry about that, guys. Matt is I normally have all of that under wraps, but he has been traveling more for work. So I'm a single mama. Okay. So guys, Alida is a 2015 Elite 5-star coach. He is certified in PIO and size, and she used to teach more, I think. I don't know if you've taught lately, but no, yeah, and just amazing. She lives in Ontario, so I love Canadians, and that's probably why I love her so much. She has a husband named Sean, and you guys have been married for how many years?
8 years.
Oh, 8. Why did I think you guys were the same as Matt and I? Yeah, 8.
We are married now. It's 8. Yeah, 8.
Oh, yeah. And people are beefy and strong, and they love to go to the gym and work out. I love Sean. He's I don't know. So fun. Okay, so they have 3 lovely little girls. Lena is 6. Is it Shanna?
Shanna.
Okay, Shanna is 4, and is it Keelan?
Keelan.
Yeah, Keelan. I love that. She's 9 months, guys. So if you go to Alida's page at all, you're going to be like, she has a 9-month-old baby. It's so inspirational, the things that I think Summit was. I remember you taking a picture of 3.5 months or something.
Postpartum?
Wait, was that before the cruise?
That was cruise.
Yeah, that's right. The Success Club cruise. So we connected, you guys, on a Success Club trip. But you were at Josh's Vero Beach too. No,
I didn't go. No,
you couldn't go to. So yeah, we met after that in Mexico, and that's what's so cool, guys. When you go to the Success Club trips, is you get to make these connections with people that are amazing. And so she's an ST10 All-Star, Success Club 10 All-Star legend, and then she's been in Success Club for 37 consecutive months, which is huge. And you were on the Toronto and the Canada Market Council, which is probably a lot of extra, but I'm sure so amazing.
It's cool.
Oh, yeah.
To be Canada has our own markets and our pricing, and so there's 7 of us that get to represent all of the coaches in Canada. So when they wanted to jack our prices, we came back and we were kind of advocating for us coaches and our clients. And anytime that a product is going to be delayed in Canada, and we're dealing with Health Canada, or anytime that there's a launch, a lot of stuff comes out later for us. So it's kind of like the cab, but for Canada, because everything's so different for us.
Right.
Yeah. It's neat. It's cool.
That's a huge position. Oh my goodness. I love that. So guys, those are her stats, but more than anything, when you sit down, when you're anywhere near Alida at all, when I sat next to her and we just chatted all night long, I'll never forget that night in Mexico by the beach. And literally when you're by her, your heart just opens up. There's something about her that lets you just be yourself and lets you have whatever emotions you want to have and whatever thoughts and feelings, and you can just be you. And that's such a beautiful thing, to be around someone where you can feel like you can just be yourself. She's never going to judge you. She's always going to look at you with that beautiful light and with the positive outlook and all of this. And I just, I just love you and appreciate you for the way that you are so open with everything, and you can just, like, you just share yourself, and you share yourself so generously that it inspires me to do the same. So thank you for being you, and thank you for being so generous and loving on our team tonight too. So
thank you. You're so sweet. I feel like it's a mutual love on each other fest, because I just love Stacy's guts. And I mean, Stacy and Matt, and obviously we met on the Success Club trip, and my husband was there as well. So it was a really neat bond, you know, Sean and Matt and Stacy and I, and we have so many similarities and so many differences. And I think it's really neat to make friendships like that, because you play on each other's strengths and help each other with your weaknesses. And, you know, Stacy thinks I'm a positive person, and I feel like I'm super negative in comparison to her. So it's really neat because I feed off of your positive energy, Stacy, and I really value you as a friend, and Matt as well. And I respect you and your business, and you guys are so super lucky to have such amazing, like, tag team coaches helping you out. You have, like, some amazing perspectives coming at you from both Matt and Stacy. So thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much.
So do you want me to just go ahead?
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure everyone's muted.
Okay. When I first talked to Stacy, you know, I think a lot of us at this stage of the game, especially at this part of the year, the last quarter typically is like the little engine that could. We've had some incredible highs throughout the year, and it can sometimes seem like everybody is talking about how it's a lull, and it's a lull in the year, and it's a slow season, and it's hard to hit Success Club, and people are starting to spin their wheels and starting to feel a little bit down. And that doesn't necessarily mean that your business is down, but when you start hearing it from so many different directions, you sometimes come to a point where you start to believe it, and you start kind of slacking off. And I think we can start to feel that passion and that fire and that light, that fire that was used to burn in our belly when we first started coaching. You start feel like it's starting to dim, or you find yourself comparing yourself against someone else, wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? And how is she doing that? And, you know, I don't know, do you guys ever feel discouraged, feeling like, you know, what am I doing wrong? And that intense passion and the fire that you used to have just seems like, I feel like sometimes coaches start in this business and they have one foot in and one foot out, and it's almost like they want to try it on for size. So they don't fully believe in themselves or the possibility of coaching. They look at when things don't work out the way that they want them to as evidence. And they bank that as evidence and proof that this isn't going to work, instead of looking at it as an opportunity to fail forward and an opportunity to tweak and sharpen your skills and improve upon it, right? So, okay, that didn't work. What can I do differently? So you can take one of two ways. You can deposit and prove, or you can take it as, this is how I'm going to sharpen and improve upon my skills and fail forward. So typically when we get to that point in our business, when our flame is starting to dim and we're starting to feel like, you know, just a little bit of struggle in the business, it can be because we've actually lost sight of why we started coaching in the first place. We started chasing shiny objects. We started comparing ourselves against other people. We started losing sight of us and why we started in this coaching business in the first place. Or we stopped doing those behaviors that work. There's no secret in this business. There's 4 vital behaviors. And when you are engaging every single day in those small activities that compound and help to propel your business forward, that's when you start seeing a lag or a lull in your business. There are no secrets. The secrets are the 4 vitals. Or again, you're looking for evidence or proof of this isn't working. So you were never 2 feet in and fully believing in the first place. So when you first started coaching, I want you to remember that feeling when either someone else believed in you before you believed in yourself. I don't know how many of you first had your coach come to you and say, "Oh my God, Michelle, I absolutely love what you have been doing in our challenge group. You have been stepping up as a team player. You've been encouraging everyone. Your commitment to your own journey is just totally incredible. I'm wondering if you've ever considered doing what I do, because I see that you could be a rock star coach." That feeling when somebody approaches you and believes in you before you believe in yourself, that's the feeling that I always want people to remember. And sometimes we lose that. And you know, when we started coaching, somebody else believed in us, and we believed in ourselves. But I feel that there are certain times that we can start questioning ourselves and whether we're doing right by ourselves, or whether we're cut out for this coaching thing. And we just start really wavering in our footing and wondering, you know, is this really what I should be doing? And so I have something planned right now for the call, and I'm going to play a song for you. And while this song is playing, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. Number one, why did you start coaching? I want you to really think about when you started coaching, why did you start coaching? We all know that our why you can write a why and it can be just the surface, but like legit deep down, why did you start coaching? And what was your goal in becoming a coach? Like why? Yeah, probably, maybe. What was your goal when you wanted to become a coach? Like, you know, some people don't want to go back to work after mat leave. Some people want to help support a little bit of income or have extra cash. Some people want to have a sense of purpose. Some people just want to use it for additional accountability for themselves. I'm going to play this song. I want you to ask yourself those questions while this plays. Listen to the words and ask yourself, why did I start coaching? What was my goal in becoming a coach? And what has made me question myself? And I'm going to play this for you. I'll never forget the first time I heard this played. Can you hear it okay? Is it too loud?
Lately I don't recognize you. The fire in your eyes is fading into ember. So while you're out there in the darkness, and praying you'll remember, you were made to shine. You were made for life. Even if you've lost your way, turn and you will hear love say, you were made for more, so much more. Child of everlasting light, made to blaze away the night. So baby, burn bright, burn bright. You can rise up from the ashes, make something beautiful of all the broken pieces. And I believe in you'll come around it into the arms of Jesus. You were made to shine. You were made for life. Even if you've lost your way, turn and you will hear love say, you were made for more, so much more. Child of everlasting light, made to blaze away the night. So baby, burn bright, burn bright. There will always be somebody in the dark, ready to rain down on your last spark, trying to blow up your flame again. They will do it if you let them. Oh, so don't you let them. You were made to shine. You were made for life. Even if you've lost your way, turn and you will hear love say, you were made for more, so much more. Sharper than the lasting light, made to blaze away the night. So baby, burn bright, burn bright, oh, burn bright, oh, burn bright. I believe in you'll come running into the arms of Jesus.
Oh, just a few feels with that song. I'll never forget the first time that I heard that song. It was one of the times in my business that I was feeling less than. I felt a sense of mediocrity. I felt like sometimes it just didn't matter anymore. And, you know, sometimes you get to that point where you feel like you're posting and you wonder if what you say matters or if anybody's listening. And I can guarantee you, I can assure you that if you keep showing up, people will continue to listen. People will continue to watch because you do have a purpose and you do have a reason and you have the ability to be someone's light, to be someone's hope, to be someone's second chance at life. At life. We're not just talking about, you know, makeup. We're not talking about a pill or a potion. We're talking about legitimate life change from the inside out. We are helping people to believe in themselves, to understand that they can do hard things, to commit to something and see it through potentially for the first time in their life. Think about those times that you receive a message from somebody who says, you know, I haven't worn a size 10 in 20 years. But over the last 4 years that I've been working with you, I made that happen. And you're darn right you made that happen. One freaking day at a time you made that happen. But they couldn't have done that if you didn't show up and you didn't believe in them and be that spark and be that light and be that hope that made them feel like, holy heck, yes, I can do this. That song was called Burn Bright by Natalie Grant. I love it. It's the deluxe edition. It's such a good one. I just, you know, back when I started, yeah, I've heard it so many times now. I know all the words. I think I know all the words. But I remember back when I started this coaching thing, or thinking back to it, I wish that somebody had been on the other side of the computer screen, showing up every day, telling me that I could do it. Because I remember night after night, I would go to bed and I would hold that skin that would flop over in my bed. And I would dread the moment that my husband would put his arm around me and he'd feel what I felt. And I wish someone had been on the other side of that screen, giving me that inspiration. Somebody else in my shoes who was a mom, who was freaking tired, who felt like they didn't recognize themselves anymore. They were stuck in a vessel that they didn't recognize, but that, you know, that just didn't have that, you know, that tomorrow, it kept coming and going and coming and going. And I couldn't find it today. And every day that day would come and go and I would cry and I would think someday I'll do it. So I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be like this anymore. I just don't want to, you know. So when somebody can come back and say that it's because of you that I finally found that urge to get up and change my life, that matters. And so when you're starting to question yourself and wondering, why am I doing this? I want you to think twice. And I want you to remember that you're doing it because you're helping somebody just like you to get started. You're helping somebody just like you to believe that day after day they can get up and they can push play and they can commit to something that's going to help better themselves and take their life in that positive direction. Okay. And then the second part of this is, you know, we all have this inner voice that can be so negative and so self-destructive. There's us, and then there's all those other people. Those other people have the ability to do that on top of it. So if we don't dig deep into ourselves, and that comes with personal development, if we don't have a solid and stable core, and we don't try to block out that noise, those other people are going to have the ability to drag us down. You know the people I'm talking about. You know the people, the reasons why you're scared to share sometimes, the reasons why you're scared to post sometimes, that fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of, oh my God, what are they going to think? I have that feeling all the time. And there are times that I'll post something and be like, oh my God, Sean, should I take it down? Should I take that down? And he's like, no, don't ever stop being yourself. If you're making someone else uncomfortable, that's their problem. That's a reflection of them and what they need to deal with in their lives. Somebody else's opinion of you is none of your business. You need to stay true to you and never sacrifice who you are. And so everyone else can be there questioning you, but don't you dare question yourself. Stay firm in your convictions. And remember, we're not part of a scam. This coaching thing, there's no BS about it. We know, because we're traveling our own journey and we're committing to the programs and the products ourselves, we know that we have the ability to help someone change their lives. We know this stuff works. We're not selling anyone anything. What we're doing is sharing a lifestyle. We're sharing like that belief, that hope, that drive to to help people change their lives. Like I think most of you guys are moms, right? Not everybody, but even, you know, for somebody who's going to university and somebody who's tired and doesn't have energy to keep up and to stick with what they're doing, and you start feeling depressed and you're eating too much or you're drinking too much or whatever it is, you know, to help inspire somebody to get up and do something that's going to help them change their lives for the better. That's something that we can do. And if you can share yourself and be yourself authentically, organically, and not waver in that, like almost, instead of questioning whether you have something worth listening to, I often tell my team to think of themselves, like to put on the Oprah complex, pretend like you're Oprah, and like, yeah, what you have to say matters. Like, you fake it till you make it. You believe that you have something worth listening to, and I can guarantee that people are going to start listening. Because when you waver in your conviction and you are pussyfooting around and you're like, oh my God, I'm not really sure if I should post, the people sense that. You've got to fake it. You've got to fake that you are somebody important, somebody worth listening to, and you have thousands of followers, and your challenge group is almost full. There's like 2 spots left, and this is the challenge group to be in. You fake it until you believe that it is the best challenge group to be in. I remember the day I started faking it till I made it. I remember the day that the switch went off, and my whole business changed. Like that day. And I've never looked back. The day that I finally believed that it was all coming together and that there was no turning back. There was no way I was ever going to throw in the towel. I was ever going to quit. I was ever going to question any of it. I was going to stick with it. And it's when I kept repeating to myself, like, yes, you matter. What you're doing matters. And it doesn't matter how many likes or comments you have. It doesn't matter, because it's when if you don't get those likes and those comments and you start wavering in your convictions and you stop posting and you let that fear or the lack of belief overcome you, that you stop posting, and then any of the momentum that you've built up to that point where people have framed a message to you and they've deleted it 3 times. This is the 4th time they were just about to send it, and you stop showing up. When you stop showing up, you lose all of that momentum. You might as well throw all of the time, the blood, sweat, and tears that you've spent in your business up to this point in the garbage. Don't waste what you've already established. You've got to show up every single day, 3 times a day minimum, and you've got to believe that you have something worth sharing. By being yourself, by sharing your life, your journey, your documentation of how you're changing your life, of what's getting better in your life because of fitness, nutrition, and this community. Okay. We're going to run out of time. So I don't think I'm going to do the next part unless, let me see how much time that takes. It's 4 minutes. Yeah, we'll run out of time. Okay, let me skip forward. So fear. A lot of times with my team, I feel like fear plagues a lot of people. And And it's something that even plagues me. Like there are times that I question and I think on things a little bit too long. And oh, I love all these baby faces. I'll never forget the statement, paralysis by analysis. When you overanalyze things and you think about things so much, you end up sitting there in perfect inaction. But I promise you that imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. You can't let fear paralyze you. It's paralysis by analysis. And fear is only false evidence appearing real. It's something that's completely made up in your head. You start thinking of all these scenarios and situations that don't even exist. They're not even real. And so what if somebody unfriends you? They're not meant to be in your life right now because clearly you're on two totally different wavelengths. Clearly you're not on the same track at all. And so what if somebody says no? It just means not right now. How many times did you have to say no before you finally committed? I mean, adults take 9 to 11 impressions before they actually commit to something, right? So I think that fear it can be that it's a mask, right? You were just saying that last night. It's a mask, and it's something that's totally made up in our heads. We can allow it to hold ourselves back, and then we'll never get anywhere, or we can go ahead and we can nip it in the bud, and we can just do and be and show up and do our best and believe. And then all of those great things are going to happen on the other side of fear. All of the great things that are waiting on the other side, just waiting for you to go ahead and post that thing that's holding you back. That, you all have one. You all have one thing that you've been thinking about posting, but you haven't posted yet, don't you? Do you have something that you've been thinking about posting, but you haven't posted it? You need to stop thinking about it and you need to freaking post it. You just need to do it. I know you're going to be sweating, you're going to be shaking, and you may even want to gather up the support of your team, but you can't not post it. If there's somebody here who's never gone live on Facebook before, you've never posted a video of you working out, doing something, a video clip. Video is the face of Facebook. If you're wondering why your posts aren't getting traction and you're only posting pictures, that's why. You've got to post a video. I don't care if you're scared. I don't care if you're timid. I don't care if you think that everybody's going to look at you and laugh or snicker or unfriend you. I don't care. Is when you do that thing that you're so terrified to do, that is what's going to explode your business. That is what's going to help you to open the biggest door in your business. I promise you. I absolutely promise you. Whatever it is, I want you to write down right now that one thing that you've been thinking about for weeks, for months with your coaching business, but fear has held you back. What is that thing? And I want you to put a timeline beside it. When are you going to do it? It has to be soon. It can't be something that's next week, next month. It has to be I want to say tonight, because most of you guys, it's only 6:00 over there. You've got plenty of time to post tonight, and you have lots of eyes on you after those babies go to bed, 7:30. All those mamas after 7:30, 8 o'clock, all those mamas start scrolling Facebook unless they're going like me to go have some romantic time. But it's late over here on the east side. You've got lots of time tonight. That thing, what is that thing that you've been fearing that you need to do? You've got to do it, because another door, another huge opportunity for your business is waiting on the other side. It just, more than anything, when it comes down to you and your business, it doesn't matter where you're at in your business. I'm where I'm at, you're where you're at, Stacy's where she's at. You're always going to question yourself. So if you're not doing personal development, like reading something like You Are a Badass, or The Gifts of Imperfection, something that helps you to feel firm in your convictions and in who you are, you're always going to feel inadequate, or you're always going to question yourself in your business. You need to believe, and you need to remember why you started coaching in the first place. Focus on the people, the lives that are going to change because of you and nothing else. Those shiny objects and those other things that you may be chasing, and you're feeling like you're failing, forget about it. Just show up and help the people. Serve other people and put them first. And that's when everything is going to just be okay. It's all okay. And it's all worth it. Every single second of it. It's all worth it. Okay, I skipped through. But I think I said everything that I wanted to say.
I love it. That was so good. That was so good. And I do love that. Just serve the people. Just get your challengers to have some results and love on them and love on your team and do all of that. my goodness, a couple things that I love is the Oprah thing. Just pretend that you're like on your little soapbox and what you have to say is like super important. And really it kind of is. Like you are all huge deals. You all have an amazing story and your biggest asset is yourself and your story. And so like just digging deep, not wavering from that. Oh, I love the belief. Document your life. Even if you think it's like the silliest thing, just do it, just document the whole journey because it's that person that's just about to message you or, has deleted the message 3 times. I love that analogy because you can think in your mind, okay, it's for that person. It's for that person that's just like me that needs to find what I've found. I think that's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Alida, for coming on tonight. You're amazing. And by the way, you guys, this girl conquers fear because she gets up on stage with Autumn Calabrese and does the live workouts with Autumn. It's so cool. I love it, love it. She just like kicks, she punches fear in the face, man. Because that would be scary to be up there with her, right? Does anyone have any questions or anything they want to say before we cut out? Because we're going to cut out in like a second.
I talk too much.
No, I love it. I love it. Can we just all just blow a big fat kiss to Alida because she's the bomb.com and we just love you, love you, love you. Tell Sean hello.
I will.
We love him. We love you. And thank you for just breathing your inspiration into our team tonight. We couldn't appreciate it more. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you so
Now I need to go do my big scary thing, right?
Damn
it.
I know. I'm like, crap, what am I going to do?
I needed my own inspiration tonight.
That's exactly it. Teaching it just drives it home even more.
It does.